2 days after Jeremiah Kioni launched a case in High Court asking the court to kick out Sabina Chege and Kanini Kega from Jubilee Party, Sabina Chege has finally lost her position as the Deputy Minority Whip in the National Assembly. A case had been filed by Sabina Chege in Kiambu Court to challenge Azimio la Umoja's decision to remove her from the position, and that case was thrown out this Monday. And Embakasi West Member of Parliament Mark Murithi Mwenje is set to be named the new Deputy Minority Whip in the 13th Parliament. And I insisted here that was even that court order that was used in Parliament to stop Azimio la Umoja from executing that change of House leadership was also proxy. It was never served to the Azimio side. No one ever saw it. But now, it has happened. Sabina Chege loses that position as Jubilee Court battles rages. The team had been in Sabina Chege and Kanini Kega had gone to court to challenge the legality of existence of Jubilee Party in Azimio la Umoja, and they believed that they were the faction that were the legitimate owners of the party, with Sabina Chege finally being endorsed as the new party leader from Uhuru Kenyatta. The same day, Monday, William Ruto, for the first time since election as the president, praised former President Uhuru Kenyatta.
I must congratulate my predecessor, President Uhuru Kenyatta, for his foresight in coming up with this shipyard refurbishment. When one morning he asked me for us to visit Kisumu and see what the military could do, when we came here, it was a heap of dirt, wreckage, and old buildings. To see what we are seeing here today is phenomenal. And I must say, both President Uhuru Kenyatta and the leadership of our military, with a lot of foresight, drove this program to where we are today. When I took over office, it is among the first decisions that I had to make when the leadership of the military asked me directly whether this project should continue and whether it was a priority of the new administration. And I confirmed to them that it should just not continue, that it should be accelerated.
Pundits, experts are reading more than just a mere praise of a former president, and being that there is a message going out, there's some context. There is a context in which all this is happening. And the first context is that William Ruto seems to be clashing publicly with his deputy Rigathi Gachagua, while William Ruto is also seen clearly to be courting Raila Odinga's backyard. So what exactly is happening? Because many would wonder that because the status team, William Ruto team, were behind the move to kick out Jubilee Party, to kick out Uhuru from Jubilee Party and take over that party. What exactly has changed? That those who are actually bestowed with the responsibility of taking over that party are losing. And if they start losing, if Sabina Chege loses her position as the Deputy Minority Whip, then she's also on her way of losing her position as a nominated senator, as a nominated MP for Jubilee Party. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you this. This is more than just the move. And politically, there is a message that Sabina Chege must actually decode from this. She was so close to Uhuru and to William Ruto. And I even remember the last public appearance in Mount Kenya was this. And this, by that time, you would actually, there was a point of, were they going to use Jubilee Party to the next election, or was Jubilee Party going to form UDA? Remember, another discussion going on is a move as to whether all those constituent parties are going to join UDA. So the point of joining UDA is also in it. But I want to explain this move politically, and I want to give it this interpretation. I am seeing Sabina Chege clearly losing his seat, that nominated MP seat. And this stray of losing this court battle, I'm not saying that courts are normally that there is no justice. But in the current dispensation we have, the courts have been part and parcel in playing political shenanigans. Because even from the word go, that order that was issued that Wetangula used to stop removal of Sabina Chege was just shenanigan. It was not something that was really there. So the probability that there could be a far-hatched strategy to kick out Sabina Chege. And the first beneficiary of that is supposed to be Jeremiah Kioni. Remember, in the list, he was the one, he was also one also to be nominated. But Sabina Chege was number one, so Jubilee Party only got, I think, only one chance, and now they only had to nominate Sabina Chege. So there is something going on. And Sabina Chege, this court loss, Sabina Chege could still be a casualty of Ruto Rigathi fallout. I want to explain this. Last Friday, the other Friday, not this one, the other Friday but one, there was a meeting in a thicker, in some thicker residence of an MP from Kirinyaga. And that meeting was attended by a section of Mount Kenya leaders. One of the leaders who attended that meeting was Sabina Chege. Even though it would later emerge that she did not sit through to the end of the meeting, she walked out at some point that she was going to attend to some family issues. Now, this move, this court loss, can still be that there is that fallout, and who is aligning with who? Are you aligning with Rigathi or aligning with William Ruto? Because the camp seems to be emerging. I think I will look at that. I'll have to look at that at one point. So he will still be a casualty of that he cannot get his way through, her way through the corridors on that. But this is my bombshell. Ruto has reached some deal behind the scene with Uhuru Kenyatta. And it is not, whatever is happening now is not just by coincidence. Even the current fallout that is going on between Ruto and Rigathi, it is not just happening by coincidence. And Ruto might have reached that deal with Uhuru Kenyatta, and one of the issues on table, one of the arguments on table, was to stop meddling with the Jubilee Party. So he must have realized that, you know what, I need to drop the ball on going after the Jubilee Party, because it's just the same day he's also reaching out. So those who think, you know, we political analysts, we said that Kadini Chege and Sabina Chege were just being used, while it was a war that it could not win. It is a war that was not going to end anywhere. Lastly, there may be coercion efforts to make people dump the other parties to join UDA. I believe that if Sabina will have to lose her position, nominated MP position, then the only option she will have is to rush to UDA party. And rushing to UDA party could be part of the end game. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how you can interpret that politically, but from my desk here, this is what I say. Thank you.